Hello everybody and welcome to the Robert Gordon University Student Union's election results for 2020. My name's Dougie Smith. I am the Membership Development Manager at NUS Scotland, who are acting as the returning officers for these elections, and it's my pleasure to talk you through the results today. We signed off all the results earlier on, and the election turnout was 1,144 unique voters with 5,890 votes cast, which is up from last year, which, given the circumstances that we're operating in at the moment, is absolutely amazing, and it's testament really to the work that the staff at RGU have put into these elections, particularly the Deputy Returning Officer, but also the candidates. The positivity and creativity that you've shown throughout this process has really helped to make these elections a success. So I would like to congratulate you all and thank you for your participation. I'm going to go through the announcements in the following order. Well, first of all, the university governor positions, then the student vice presidents, and finally the student president positions. I'll talk you through the candidates, the votes, the quotas, and the results for each round, finalising with the person for each position who has been elected. First of all then is the university governor positions. The undergraduate governor position, there were two candidates, reopen nominations in Rossleven. There were 500 votes cast, making the quota 250. And in the first round, reopen nominations received 26 votes and Rossleven received 474 votes. So in the first round, Rossleven was elected as the undergraduate governor. The next position is for postgraduate governor. In this, there were 5 candidates, reopen nominations: Stanley Okunu, Chanti Pina, Rahim Lal, and Rachel Falaki Adedukun. There were 55 votes cast, making the quota 227.5. In the first round, reopen nominations received 27 votes. Rahim Lal received 27 votes. Shanti Pina received 43 votes. Stanley Okunu received 79 votes. And Rachel Falaki Adekunu received 279 votes, meaning that in the first round, Rachel Falaki Adedukun was elected as the postgraduate governor. The next set of results are for the union vice president positions. The first one is for vice president of education. There were 2 candidates in this election, reopen nominations and Samuel Adebaye. There were 492 votes cast, making the quota 246. And in the first round, reopen nominations received 84 votes and Samuel Adebaye received 408 votes, meaning that in the first round, Samuel Adebaye was elected as the Vice President of Education. The next position is for Vice President of Societies. There were 2 candidates for this position, reopen nominations, and Lamueli Asinsau. There were 515 votes cast, making the quota 257.5. And in the first round, reopen nominations received 42 votes and Lamueli Asinsau received 473 votes, meaning that Lamueli Asinsau was elected as the Vice President of Societies. The Vice President of Sport, there were again 2 candidates for this, reopen nominations and Siyan Gullen. There were 549 votes cast, making the quota 274.5. In the first round, reopen nominations received 28 votes and Siyan Gullen received 521, meaning that in the first round, Siyan Gullen was elected as Vice President of Sport. Finally, on to the union student president positions, of which there are 3. The first one that we'll go through is President of Education and Welfare. For this election, there were 3 candidates, reopen nominations: Jade Robertson and Emmanuel Acrelli. In the first round, there were 715 votes cast, which meant that the quota was 357.5. In the first round, reopen nominations received 9 votes, Jade received 173 votes, and Emmanuel received 533 votes, meaning that in the first round, Emmanuel Accarelli was elected as President of Education and Welfare. The next position is for that of President of Sport and Physical Activity. There were 4 candidates for this election. Reopen nominations: Jordan Moore, Bart Grabsky, and James Bishop. There were 928 votes cast, making the quota 464. In the first round, reopen nominations received 5 votes. Bart Grabsky received 60 votes. James Bishop received 393 votes, and Jordan Moore received 470 votes, meaning that in the first round, Jordan Moore was elected as President of Sport and Physical Activity. The final position is for President of Communication and Democracy. There were 8 candidates for this position. Reopen nominations: Maz Vora, Stanley Okunu, Lauren Taylor, Ursula Ajiji, Nathan McNaughton, Ross Leaven, and Raheem Lawal. There were 768 votes cast, making the original quota in round 1 384. In the first round, reopen nominations received 6 votes. Raheem Lawal received 14 votes. Nathan McNaughton received 35 votes. Stanley Okuno received 37 votes. Maz Vora received 80 votes. Lauren Taylor received 106 votes. Ursula Ajiji received 235 votes. And Ross Leaven received 255 votes. So in the first round, nobody was elected and Ron was excluded. Reopen nominations was excluded. So in the second round, Raheem Lawal received 14 votes. Nathan McNaughton had 35 votes. Stanley had 37 votes. Maz has 80 votes. Lauren has 106 votes. Ursula 235 and Ross 255, with a revised quota of 381. Therefore, no one was elected in round 2, and Raheem was excluded. In round 3, the votes were as followed. Nathan has 35, Stanley 37, Maz 81, Lauren 106, Ursula 236, and Ross 255, with a revised quota of 375. No one was elected, and Nathan was excluded with the lowest vote count. So we're on to round 4. In round 4, Stanley has 38 votes, Maz has 86 votes, Lauren 107, Ursula 236, and Ross 258, with a revised quota of 362.5. Therefore, no one was elected in round 4. Stanley has the lowest votes and is therefore excluded, and their votes redistributed. We're on to round 5. Round 5, Maz has 86, Lauren has 109 votes, Ursula 238 votes, and Ross 258 votes, with a revised quota of 345.5. Therefore, no one was elected in round 5. And Maz had the lowest votes, so their votes were removed and redistributed. In round 6, Lauren has 110 votes, Ursula has 247 votes, and Ross has 270 votes, with a revised quota of 313.5. Therefore, in round 6, nobody was elected, and Lauren was excluded with the lowest number of votes, and their votes were redistributed to their other preferences, leading us to round 7, where Ursula had 254 votes and Ross had 293 votes on a revised quota of 273.5, Ross Leven was elected as President of Communication and Democracy in round 7. So that concludes the results for the Robert Gordon University Students' Union elections 2020. I would like to give another thank you to all the candidates who took part in these elections in these strange times and helped make them such a success. Again, I want to extend my thanks to Gregor and the team at Robert Gordon University for making this a fairly simple job from my end, which means that things ran smoothly because of them, and it was a success on the ground, not on the ground, virtually out there, because of you and because of them. Thanks to all the students, obviously, who voted in these elections, and I hope that you all have a great year next year representing them. There'll be a full breakdown available on the union website shortly, but for now, stay safe and thank you very much.